All right. Best of Henry Kuttner. I have this one also, so I will pass that along. Once again, the best of. Graham Masterton, Picture of Evil. This is Tor, looks like Tor books. I don't know if I have that one. I'll probably pass that along. Oh, another Daw. So Thomas Burnett Swan, The Not World. So that'll go in the Daw section. I don't know if you guys know this, but I have a ton of Buffy books, like a ton. So here's 3 more. Like a lot. I didn't know they made so many Buffy books, but I have a lot of them. I don't know if I have these ones. I need to go through and see what I have duplicates of and not. Doctor Who, Prisoner of the Daleks. This is like a hardcover little deal. I think this was going on eBay, if I remember right. So I'll check. John Scalzi, The End of All Things. Everything I've read from Scalzi I've loved. Nothing tops Old Man's War yet. So from Scalzi. Although I did read one book recently of his that was like his take on like a fantasy novel, even though, I don't know, it was terrible. I hate to say it, that there's a terrible Scalzi book, but there's a terrible Scalzi book. I'll tell you at the next wrap up. All right. Devil House by John Darnielle. And this looked kind of vintage to me, so I don't know when it was written originally. But the cover makes it look kind of vintage. And, 2002. This is a recent book. Wow. It has that vintage feel to it. Like the look. I mean, I thought it was a reprint of an old horror book, but that's 2022. So that's fairly new. Anybody read that? I hadn't even heard of that. So, I'm not sure if I'll pass that along or I'll give it a shot. If it's just a haunted house story, I don't really care to read it. Richard Castle, of course, I have a bunch of Richard Castle books. I think I have that one, so I'll pass it along. Picked up a Goosebumps Horrorland. I have probably close to 100 Goosebumps, somewhere around there, that I was planning on doing a Goosebumps whatnot, or like a children's type book whatnot. So I will add that to my collection and then see what's going on. I don't care to keep the Goosebumps one. I know there's lots that people look for. I'm not too interested in it. I didn't grow up reading these, so they don't have a nostalgic, sentimental value to me. So I probably read some at some point, but I more than anything, I read Hardy Boy books. Another Longmire Craig Johnson book. All right, Joe Hill, Heart-Shaped Box. So I read Nosferatu by Joe Hill. That was the only one I've read by him so far. And so I don't know what other books are really good, but I think this one and Horns are the more popular ones. So if you've read it, let me know. Is this worth reading? I'll keep that with my stuff actually for now. This is kind of cool. I've never seen this. It's Blood Enriched Classics, it says. So I don't know what that really means, but it says more zombie mayhem inside. And it is War of the Worlds plus blood, guts, and zombies. So I don't know what that is, but it says the classic science fiction tale that will eat your brains. So is it War of the Worlds turned into a zombie epic? I don't know, but I had to grab it. Dexter. I have Dexter. I'm sure I have this one already, but I had to grab it. Recursion by Blake Crouch. I don't know if I have this one. Oh, I do. I see it sitting right there. So this will go on Whatnot. I'm trying to speed run here, sorry. Slaughterhouse 5 by Vonnegut. I have a Slaughterhouse 5 somewhere. I don't know where it is right now. I have to organize my stuff. But that'll probably go on Whatnot. Damnable by Hank Schwabel. This is a Jove horror. Don't know anything about this one. But anytime I find a paperback, a horror paperback at thrift store, I usually grab it because they're not that easy to come by. Hard case crime. I have a bunch of these, a ton of these, and I've kind of been putting them all together. This one's by A.C. Doyle, best-selling author of The Last World, the Lost World, sorry. The Valley of Fear is the name of the book. And I don't know if those are, if all those are any good, but I have a stack of hard case crime books somewhere. Okay, check this out. Philip K. Dick, Flow My Tears, the Policeman Said, in the Daw paperback. A little bit rarer find there. That will go on Whatnot. Philip K. Dick, Dr. Blood Money, in the kind of pulpy Ace paperback. That one will also go on Whatnot. Philip K. Dick, Martian Time Slip. And these are all kind of the original copies there. That'll go on Whatnot. Plague of Demons by Keith Laumer. I did read this one last year, and this one's pretty good. It's a good read. It's a good sci-fi. Feels like two books in one, fixed up together, but it was enjoyable. Joe McKinney, The Savage Dead. I've been grabbing these Joe McKinney ones. I think I have like 4 or 5 of them now. And supposedly they're really good. I don't remember which ones I have, and I don't know the order yet. So I have to kind of grab them all, put them together, do some research. Okay, Christopher Fowler. This is a Ballantine horror, and it's a novel of horror, it says. And this is Rune. I don't know anything about this one, but looks like it's from that era of, paperback from hell era of horror books. That may stay with me, I don't know. A Simple Plan by Scott Smith. Scott Smith only wrote 2 books. And does this one have no chapters in it as well? Oh, no, this one does. So The Ruins, the other one I read. I really enjoyed The Ruins. I know some people didn't. I did. Isn't that crazy? We got different opinions. Oh, my goodness. Okay. But he only wrote 2 books. Apparently, this one's really good, too. I remember the movie back in the day. And so I figured I'd grab it. That's the only copy I have. So that actually is going to stay with me. Samuel Delany, Nova. One of his well-known novels. The Founder, again, Christopher Raleigh. So another copy of The Founder, which I hardly ever find Christopher Raleigh, and I found 2 of those, plus Vang, which is crazy. Edward Lee, The Golem. I haven't read any Edward Lee yet, and this is leisure fiction, it says, but I believe he wrote mostly horror. So that will, I don't know, that might stay with me. I'll see. We'll sort it out later. First and Final Rites, Sherry Ann Lewitt. This is an Ace Fantasy, actually, but that cover is awesome. So I went ahead and grabbed that one. This is cool. This is a Pinnacle Horror by Lee Dwegan. This is Lifeblood. And it's got the embossed bats mirror image there. Looks pretty cool. And so I will probably hang on to this one because I don't have it. We'll see. I have to let go of some of these horror books at some point. John Ferris, All Heads Turn When the Hunt Goes By. I don't think I have this Ferris either. This one says it's a terror. Oh no, horror. Sorry, Tor horror. Blend the two together, you get terror. All right, William Hope Hodgson. Hodgson. The House on the Borderland. I actually read this recently, and it's a weird book. It says it's fantasy horror. It's a weird book. It's a really weird book, but it was really interesting. And at certain points, I was like, man, this book's good. And then at other points, I'm like, what in the world? This book is wackadoodle. So that'll be on the next recap video, whatever. Another Tor horror. This is David G. Hartwell. Visions of Fear. This is a compilation, and this is the third one in the series of the short story collections. Has Clive Barker, Octavia Butler, has Philip K. Dick, Richard Matheson. So crazy collection there. Sounds pretty good. Another Daw, Mark Geston, The Siege of Wonder. That'll go on Whatnot. Another guy you don't find very often, Cordwainer Smith. And this is the Space Lords. And this one's got a little wavy gravy going on there, but kind of hard to find. So when I find stuff like this, I just grab it, even if it's not in the best of conditions. If I remember right, Cordwainer Smith died really young, and he didn't write a lot, but what he wrote was really good. So hanging on to that. No Blade, No Grass. This is John Christopher, and I have another one by Christopher. I don't know if it's the same book, just under a different name, because it's called like Blades of Grass or something, like, or In the Grass or something like that. So I don't know if it's the same book, just retitled. I'll have to look. If it is, then I'll get rid of one of those. But I do have a copy of John Christopher, another John Christopher like that, or maybe they go together. I don't know. Okay. Last stack, finally. I'm saying, but you guys are like, finally. All right, True Names and the Opening of the Cyberspace Frontier, Werner Vinge. I think this is actual scientific, like, dialogue about, like, science. So, I don't know. But you don't see Werner Vinge out too much in the wild. Here's another one of those, Sanctum, that I was talking about. I don't remember what the other one is, but this is YA horror. I've seen videos, I think I mentioned before, where someone's like, these are the most horrific things I've read, and like books that scared me so much I couldn't sleep, books that had me peeing the bed, you know, books that had me pacing in the hall and checking the closets. It's these three, Asylum, Sanctum, and whatever. And I'm like, really? I might have talked about this on the last book haul. Did I already do these last books here? I might have. Well, if you haven't watched that video, recap right now. Okay. I don't know if I did. I might have mixed some stuff up. Anyways, Clockwork Orange, Anthony Burgess. I need to read it at some point. I got rid of my copy a while back. I need to read it. Oh, I'm in the middle of another book, actually. These are stuck together. Oh, don't ruin the cover, please. Why are you stuck together? What is on there? There's something sticky on it, like sticky. Like gum or something. I'm in the middle of the first book of these, actually, and it's so good. I just ordered the next two, like, immediately. I love it. And they're kind of independent, I think. I actually, that's what it was. Okay, I have a big stack of books over there, and they're like self-published looking type books, and they're all like this, like cheesy looking horror ones. So I was like, I'm gonna read some of these, and I grabbed the first one, and it's Amalgam, and it's book 1, and I started it, and I'm like, this is great. I'm reading this thing. I can't wait. And I started reading it. I'm like, wait, are there more? It says book 1 on it. There's got to be more. And I looked, and there was 2 more, and I'm like, I'm ordering them right now. And so I ordered them, and I'm in the middle of it right now. Actually, I just picked it up, threw it on my bed, and I'm like, I'm finishing this tonight before I walked out of the room. But so this is book 2 and 3, and I'm excited to get to these ones. And I'm also excited now to get to the rest of my little, like, I guess independently published ones. I don't know. But have you ever read Amalgam? Book 1? I don't remember the name of book 1. If it has a different name, or if it's just Amalgam. I don't remember. It's sitting on my bed, but I don't want to go get it. Anyways, I'm excited to finish the one I'm reading and then get to these. Okay. You want to see the other ones? You want to see the ones I'm talking about? Okay. I don't care. I'm going to get them anyway. You don't? Oh, okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and get them. It's really late, by the way, and I'm sitting here doing this like an idiot. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Okay, but I haven't done this in so long. Okay, so, and I have more somewhere. This isn't all of them. I have at least 3 more that I don't see here that are somewhere else. Oh, I see them now. Dang, I gotta grab them. Okay, here they are. All right. So these are I guess these are part of a series or something. I don't know. I found these all at one Goodwill a long time ago. And I've been sitting here and I've wanted to read them. They were all in a stack, all in a row on the shelf at Goodwill. So, Typhon by John Triptych. Lemuria by John Triptych. And Shaitan by John Triptych. I don't know if these are a series or if they're just by the same author. They look pretty cool. Okay, so these are the ones I was talking about, really. Titan Noboa by Shigeru Brody. There's not even anything on the back. I mean, this is great. It's got that self-published print to it, you know. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but Kindle print edition. So it's like a self-published print thing. I'm gonna see if I can find these people on here. I'm excited to read all these. I haven't read a ton of self-published stuff, but everything that I have read, I've like really enjoyed. R.F. Blackstone. I think this guy's a little more popular because I think I have a couple of these. Flicker. What if there was a movie that had the power to drive anyone who watches it insane? Sounds cool. So, Hungry Rain by Brian Fata Steele. Eric S. Brown, Monster Hunt. I mean, do these just scream self-published or what? They sound so good. Last Mutation by Michael Bray. So the first one I picked up was that Amalgam, and I'm like, this book's freaking awesome. I love this book. That's why I'm excited to read these. Chris Pearson, The Swarm, a bug apocalypse novel. Yeah, okay. Battleground Earth by Jerry Griffiths. Chris McNally, Deep Black. I actually have a second copy of this. So if someone's interested, I'll throw it on Whatnot. But it looks pretty good. Ian Woodhead with the Jean-Claude Van Damme cover, Upworld. Or the guy from Parker Lewis Can't Lose. The guy who was in The Stand, the TV show. Does it look like that dude? I can't remember his name right now. Look at this. Look at this. This is great. A deep sea thriller by Tim Wagner. Blood Island. Yeah. So great. I can't wait. Gustavo Bondoni, Test Site Horror. I mean, these are great. I wish I wouldn't have sold I sold the one that I read, like, not last year, the year before. And I have a hard time remembering the name of it. It's like, I don't know. But the world builds a theme park on the moon. And then there's a zombie outbreak on the moon. And it's so bad. It's so bad. There's so many editing errors in it. The dialogue is cheesy at so many points. There's like this Russian dude in it that speaks like he's speaking the Russian broken English, but then he uses words like, that is phenomenal. I would like to go and understand more about this individual's personality, but I don't know where to go. It's written like that. It's very like, it's like that. He would never have said that. And I know some Russian. I've learned Russian for a while. I've lived in Ukraine for a period of time, and I've spoken to people who have learned English, and there's a way that they speak, and that was not it. So it was hard to read, and it was like, okay, but the book was still fun and just mindlessly enjoyable. I read it when I was laying on the beach on vacation one time. Anyways, Operation North Sea. So I kind of want to get that book back just because I never get rid of books, and I got rid of that one for some reason. William Michael. The Pilot. Check this one out. Michael Cole. Look at that. That looks pretty cool, actually. I mean, look at, I found these all at one store. Isn't that insane? William Michael again, Operation Amazon. Here's another one of those R.F. Blackstones, Kaiju World. Another Chris McAnally, Flux. So I guess Chris McNally, Blackstone, and the other one I said before that seem to have a few of these. Lost City of Terror, Jethro Wegener. I mean, I'm adding these to the TBR here real soon. William Michael again. The Creeping Kelp. Yes. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these were signed, actually. I don't think I've ever even looked in them. The Valley of Bicho, R.F. Blackstone again. And last one, Night Creepers by David Irons. Okay, so those are the ones I was talking about. They're like independent book that I found all at one spot that I want to read. Anyways, that all spawned from me having the yeah, whatever. Okay, one that showed up late also, The Yuletide Butcher by Mike Duke. I think Mike Duke is an extreme horror writer. I think. So this may be an extreme horror Christmas. I don't know, but I'll add it to my Christmas list. Greg Beck, The Fossil. This looked like an independent one too that looked pretty cool. So I'll probably throw it over there with my little independent ones. Oh, another Mike Duke. I found a couple Mike Dukes. So Crawl. So I don't know if this is if it's extreme horror or what, but I'll add that to my TBR as well. And then Warm Dark Places Are Best. Mike Duke again. So, anybody read Mike Duke before? I don't know. A fighter, writer, teacher, and lover of things both light and dark is what it says about him. So, to check those out. Finally got a copy. I have this already, but I never had the dust jacket. So, finally got a copy with the dust jacket. I want to read this one. Heard mixed reviews. I love The Martian. If it's anything like The Martian, I will probably enjoy it. So I should actually add this to my TBR for this month if I can. Wait, what day? Where are we at? We're mid-February. Maybe, okay. And then I picked up this one at a bookstore when we were out shopping at a bookstore in Napa. And this is Books Make Good Friends. And it's a signed edition, so I thought, I'm going to grab it. I thought it was cool. So the author signed it. It's all about why books make good friends. I was thinking of possibly taking this and reading it to my wife's class. She has a group of 5th graders. And by the way, several of those people are watching this now. So shout out to you guys. What's up? You guys better be good readers. I want you to read. Read, read, read. Make it very important. You're going to be much more intelligent and you will do much better in life and you will probably get better grades if you read. So, all you guys out there in classroom number 5 at Mini Cannon, read, okay? And you guys be good for Miss P, okay? So, that's the end of everything that I found. Appreciate you guys for being here. These were long, I know, and I'll have more shortly.